this game. Certainly didn't feel like it was 40 minutes of Husker basketball to the standards that we would like to play, but we have a lot of respect for Tarleton and how they play the game, and they forced us into turnovers. We knew that their defense could do that, but I thought we showed some resiliency and found a way to make big plays when we needed to come out on top.
I know the team's had some ups and downs, but how well is Alexis playing through the first 5 games, and how well did she play tonight?
Yeah, I mean, Alexis was really, really good tonight, I thought. And it's not even the 24 points. I mean, obviously quite efficient when you're 11 for 15. But to me, more than, career high rebounds and, 24 points, 18 rebounds is, I just thought her defensive presence was so critical in this game. I thought she was active. She was locked in. She was focused. She had 3 blocks that I thought, rotating over to help and making plays difficult for their guards off the penetration. 3 steals, just being active and tipping balls away. I just thought her defense tonight was probably the best that I've seen her play in a Husker uniform, and that was really good to see and critical in this win.
Why do you feel that the team struggled from 3 tonight?
That's going to happen sometimes. I really feel like, we're in a little bit of a slump there. It hasn't been just tonight. I think our last few ball games, we haven't shot the ball well from behind the arc, and that's something that, our team, I have tons of confidence. They're continuing to work. Every single player on our team is in the gym before practices, before shoot around today, getting extra shots up, really, grinding through it. And that's what I love about this team is they're going to work and they're going to find a way to fight and scratch and claw and find a way to, kind of dig out of any type of slump. But I believe in every single one of them. I know that they are very capable 3-point shooters. We've seen that in our first game of the season. And so once we can put that all together, I just feel like tonight we did a better job of not letting the shooting woes from the perimeter dictate some of the other things that we did.
How good was it to see Sam on the floor, and I guess is she okay and all that?
It was outstanding to see Sam back on the floor. I think her presence just brings a real comfort to our team. And, we're obviously concerned kind of watching her, hobble off the floor. And we hopefully will know more as we proceed forward about what her status is, as we were really planning to try to ease her in. But the 6 minutes that she was out there, I know she makes her team feel really comfortable. That's a good question. So just still waiting to find out exactly what Allison's status is. And, she went out just 1 minute into this game. And so we're hoping that her injury will not keep her out as well.
I know you guys got to leave at 4 a.m. tomorrow. Are they going to travel, or are they going to stay behind to get evaluated?
Those are all decisions that we're still making and we'll have to make as we proceed through the rest of this evening.
What was De Silva doing that either confused you guys or just couldn't stop tonight?
Yeah, I mean, she made some just incredible mid-range kind of step backs where she was able to create separation. I didn't think that all the time it was poor defense. I thought sometimes there were some really good plays where we contested and she just, made some step backs, created separation, and was still able to finish. And obviously what an incredible game by her, 24 points, 5 assists, no turnovers. I thought she got in a rhythm and became very difficult to defend. And at that point, the best thing you can do is to try to make her have to work as hard as possible. And so for us, if a kid has to take 25 shots to get 24 points, then we're probably doing something to make them have to work to get their points.
Maybe getting back to Sam, how was she able to get back on the court so quickly?
She's been really working hard, and I think that she is a hard worker, and she has made it kind of set it in her mind that she wants to be on the court with this team, and she's pretty motivated and driven individual.
How do you, I guess, collect the team emotionally? You know, in the third quarter, you had 2 players leave with injury. The 18-point lead got to 5. How do you just regroup as a team at that point and pull through?
Yeah, I mean, I just thought that our leaders really kind of stepped up and found ways to make plays in that moment. And when you get to go from to a 5-point lead, all of a sudden it's very easy to get really tight in those moments. But I thought Alexis Markowski made a couple big plays. I thought Jazz Shelley found Izzy, down the floor, easy transition layups. I thought, Jazz went to the bucket a couple times, finished a tough shot when the game was tight. And those leaders stepped up and made plays that gave our team confidence, and that was our ability to kind of punch back in that moment was what ultimately allowed us to come out on top.
What do you want to see out of your team in Puerto Rico? I'm sure that there's always this fine line of how do you enjoy the experience, but yet you also want to get some more momentum as the calendar flips to December when you get back.
Right. I mean, I am excited for this trip for this team. I think it provides an incredible opportunity for us to continue to bond and grow together and have that shared experience. But I really want to see our team get to a point where we're playing back up to Husker women's basketball standards. And I think our team feels like we have not done that in our last few ball games. And so we would really like to be able to see that shift in those couple of games. It's going to be some really good opportunities to play a couple good teams down there. So using that opportunity to really work on becoming a better version of ourselves and putting together 40 minutes.
Why Puerto Rico? How did you guys get linked up with that event?
We were actually scheduled to go to Puerto Rico 5 years ago, and there was a hurricane that kept us from doing that. The tournament we were scheduled in was moved to Florida, and we stayed stateside. And so this was something that we felt like would be just kind of a different and unique experience. But every time we're making a decision about one of these tournaments, the primary decision and factor is the games and how it's going to affect our schedule and our non-conference schedule. And we thought this tournament in Puerto Rico lined up the best for us to get quality opponents and to challenge ourselves in the non-conference, to prepare ourselves for what's coming. We have conference games, 2 of them coming up here in early December. So for us, that's what the ultimate deciding factor was.
What area do you want to live up to your standard? Is there an area in particular?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we would love to correct the perimeter shooting, but the biggest thing for me is 21 turnovers for us. That's not how we want to value the basketball. And then just some things execution-wise that we didn't do. We had plenty of possessions still where we had 4 people doing one thing and 1 doing another, and we've got to get on the same page.
Keep you shoving you around a little bit. Like they're trying to be really physical with Jazz and other players. You just have to play through it.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got to get tough and dig deep, and you've got to invite and want that physicality. And our team is more than capable of bucking up and handling teams that want to get physical with us. And so we've got to embrace that, want that, and find ways to continue to execute through it.
What do you feel contributed to the slow start, and how you guys avoid that going forward, especially traveling down to Puerto Rico this week?
Yeah, I mean, I think that we had watched Tarleton play against Vanderbilt, and we knew Vanderbilt had an advantage inside. So did we. We wanted paint touches. I thought Tarleton came in here with a game plan to really overhelp, double team, throw quick double teams from the weak side. And I thought we kind of just had tunnel vision on wanting to go right into the paint instead of reading that help defense and taking what it took us a little while to kind of figure out kind of what their game plan was and to try to adjust accordingly. And so that maybe led to a little bit of a slow start.